That's almost all out. Oh, you moved.
Yeah.
You'll get a better picture of it.
On the ground.
Yeah.
And the antlers are half, and I still there, somebody.
Find bones like that.
Oh, when the coven be.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. This antler is about better than average. I just said it's so literally.
But also, they'll move people out of Dick House.
Yeah, this was what we have, that's more down. This is probably gonna be working.
You're on the
roof.
Minus 67. Maybe you're even there now. I'm 7:30.
He's loud.
We're gonna start our meeting with pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll have a roll call, please. Robert May's here, Michael Fritz is here, retired Gregory Zwollen's here, Allison's here, Derek's here, David Eggert's here, Steve Geibel's here. Corey Zana is here, or is it Zana? Zora, Zana? Pamela Stevens is absent. And is here, the Reverend's here, Warren's here, Jones here. We have is there a motion to approve the March 14, 2024 Borough Council minute meetings, which are before you? Are there any additions, corrections, clarifications?
There's a correction.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not allowed to make a motion and second it. You have my last name.
So, for the adjournment, Penny's a reverend. Yeah, we,
And I'm a reverend.
yeah, we didn't know what you, we didn't know so that when you said the right one.
I am a reverend, but I don't usually use that title. So, International Church out in San Francisco. So,
I am about to become one.
oh,
I have to do a wedding.
I give you my CD. I have the CD for all the wedding stuff, so you don't have to buy that.
You borrow it.
I know.
So Amanda, he made the motion, I seconded. Would you have him both making and seconding the motion to adjourn?
Any other clarifications or corrections? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion approved with the correction.
Second.
Motion moved and seconded to approve the minutes with the correction. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Approval and payment of bills. Before you'll see bills payable as of April 9th from the general fund of $115,467.31. From the sewer fund, $55,016.18. There are no bills to be paid from liquid fuels, and there are no bills to be paid from the fire tax. However, from the EMS tax fund, there is $5,093.90. Is there a motion to approve the consolidated bills?
I have a question.
Mhm.
On 3/28/24, that $5,000 for the centennial celebration. What did we,
We
What are
budgeted 5,000 a year,
is that what it was? Okay.
and that 5,000, that is the transfer of the 5,000 for the centennial celebration
I
for,
wasn't sure what.
Yeah.
Besides.
It's like Social Security goes into a lockbox.
Okay, question answered.
Motion to accept approve the consolidated payment of bills as of April 9th.
Second.
Motion moved and seconded to pay the bills as stated. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. We also need a motion to approve the dispersals from the Public Works Garage Grant. So we have checked back to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for $400,000 because they rescinded the grant.
And
And then-
that's been paid?
Oh, yeah, they passed
Right.
it today.
Okay.
They also wanted the refund back of the
They have-
interest,
Yes, the second.
and that's $1,980.
No.
That's to the Borough General
Fund.
Fund. That's reimbursing us for our.
Our time and effort and professional
our
fees.
Professional expenses.
All right. And then the check 1,002 to $13,582.76 would be the
It's interest,
interest that was earned in the period when we held it in our name.
yeah.
Make a
Which we
motion.
will reimburse them for that. Is that what that's
That-
reimbursed?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
don't get the,
Everything.
make a motion to approve the following dispersals as outlined.
Second.
Point of clarification, I initially did not want to do this without council approving the money movement because I thought that was right, but that's not how the Commonwealth saw it. All right.
I had to talk them into waiting until the first so that the interest would post to the account before issuing the check for the interest.
So all motion's been moved and seconded to approve the following dispersals. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Then we have a motion for the treasurer's report to accept and file for audit the Public Works Grant and consolidate treasurer's reports for March 2024. Our fund balances are $411,606.28 from the general fund. We have $294,807.05 from liquid fuels. Fire tax fund is $6,024.30. EMS tax fund is $4,685.30. Sewer fund has $175,873.26. Our reserve account has $133,380.21. The Public Works Garage Grant has $15,563.26
That was as of March 31st.
as of March 31st, before it was
Everything was dispersed.
first out.
Yeah,
Motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
A motion was moved and seconded to approve the treasurer's report for audit. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Final authorization is to close our PLGIT bank account, and they're gonna want the toaster back.
You don't get a toaster.
No more?
Never did.
So is there a motion?
I will move that. I didn't want the grant to be yours, so.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded to authorize the closing of the Public Works Garage Grant account. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, motion passes. Public comments, no one's here from the public. We've heard none so from electronic. We'll move on. The borough engineer, did she leave a report or any update from the last time?
He has the end of the report should be,
Is it submitted?
it's in here somewhere.
Is she off engineering somebody else tonight?
Yes,
Okay. Huh? Oh,
we're self-sufficient.
Warehouse.
is there any questions for the engineer's report? You'll have to submit them and we'll submit them to her for answer. We'll have the borough solicitor's report.
Okay, the Exeter School District has filed an appeal from the tax exempt status of Goodwill Industries. And I would like a motion authorizing the borough to join in that appeal and petition to allow the appeal here since the school district's appeal was filed beyond 30 days for good reason.
I don't think anybody got notice.
That's correct. We didn't get notice, they didn't get notice, and that's why they filed the appeal. It's called non-pro-tunc. And I'm asking for the borough to join in the school district appeal. Generally, it's the school district that takes the lead on appeals. But I'd love to join in. The school district would still be taking the lead. We would possibly attend some of the conferences, but in the event that there would be any type of negotiations, I would want us to have a seat at the table.
What, when we co-join like that, does that mean we're always in the back seat and they hold 90% of the sway and we only hold 10%? Or if we join as a separate entity, do we have then, if they agree on something and we don't agree on something, nothing gets accepted?
I believe that nothing will get accepted without if, first of all, if the appeal proceeds, if the court allows the appeal to proceed, if we're a party, our agreement would be necessary, although I believe that they can settle their appeal as to their own taxes.
Okay. Do we also want to, if the appeal is denied, to the appeal of that decision would perhaps also come up? If beyond the 30, right now they're appealing that they did get notice in 30 days.
Right,
And if somehow that got denied, they would probably appeal that also.
They would, well, what they're doing is, it's the appeal, they're asking to have this appeal heard none per time.
Okay.
So it's one motion.
Okay.
An appeal and a request to have it.
If that request was denied, what was the next course of action?
The next course of action is potentially an appeal, since it's in common pleas court, potentially an appeal to the Commonwealth Court.
So my question is, should we have word our authorization here in case it does get denied, that you would automatically be authorized to also co-join them in an appeal to Commonwealth? That's
Right.
what I'm asking.
Be doing a case like that, again, the cost to the borough would be minimal. We would be filing either a one-page joinder or one paragraph joinder in their brief. Or we would be signing on to their brief. We'd ask for a signature line on it if they give it to us.
Does anyone on council have any issue that we're actually in this, on this appeal, their tax status?
Yeah, I'm not sure what, I'm somewhat ignorant on exactly what happened to get us to this point on this.
Okay.
I mean, they've been tax exempt
For 10 years.
Well, it's a pilot.
There was a pilot, payment in lieu of taxes.
Payment in lieu of taxes that both for a period of 10
And
years.
expired.
And that expired, and neither the school district nor the borough wanted to continue that, as I understand.
I think one of the issues was, I think we were trying to be good citizens 10 years ago. But I think in that period of time, I found out that the CEO of Goodwill makes a lot of money. So it's not really, maybe some of the goodwill we had 10 years ago is not the same available goodwill in my hearts now. My heart, I'll just say that for me. So that's why I asked if council wants to discuss even our position that we're against this.
Yeah, is goodwill taxed anywhere in the state?
I don't know if it's been my understanding that in most places they are considered a tax exempt. I've not researched the one exception, that there might be an exception here or there.
My understanding is that most of the Goodwill facilities in Berks County, with the exception of the one here in St. Lawrence, are leased spaces. So
They don't need property.
they don't own the property, so they're not looking for.
But I'm sure they own other property in the.
I'm sure they would.
Well, I'm sure they do too, but
Yeah.
I'm with you that because they use services.
Yeah, I just thought I didn't want to put anybody else in
And
that same boat that I am, then one.
my big question is, how does, remember, who authorizes the tax exempt status? We're the taxing body.
Berks County.
How does the county of Berks have the authority
They
to?
do, because they do have the authority to make the Berks County Board of Assessment Appeals has the ability to, and the county assessment office has the ability, Goodwill would have petitioned to
Non-tax status.
petition for exemption.
That boggles my mind.
Well, anyway.
Well, if that's the way it is, that's the way it is.
Yeah. Greg, you don't have any issue with this either? Once again, because my mind changed on them, I didn't want to drag anybody along that line, cross that line either, so.
I mean,
Yeah, it's one of those things where neither the school district nor the borough received notice of the tax exempt status within 30 days, and that's why the school district is appealing none per time. And most likely the court grants it. And then it would go to the Court of Common Pleas for a determination as to whether it meets the institutions of purely public charity test for charitable purpose to be tax exempt.
If all good, is there a motion?
Any way to try to renegotiate the pilot program?
I'd rather than just play taxes. It'd be cheaper in the long run to try to negotiate out, I think, just to fight over the tax amount.
To not have that fight if they would be willing to. I don't know what the pilot program.
Well, if they're zero, I don't think they're gonna offer to come up.
And I was told that the borough did not want to renegotiate the pilot.
Apparently Exeter,
The
those
school district.
doesn't either.
The school district wasn't doing it either.
Yeah, but it is a 501c,
Yes, they are.
Yep,
which is
They
not a profit,
also
which
have
is.
they have a 4-star rating of Charity Navigator too, so they're.
God
they're
bless.
respected charities.
God bless, they can still pay their taxes in the borough.
Yeah, I have a hard time changing my mind because the CEO makes a certain amount of money.
Listen,
But
I'll give you an example, I'm all for, towers and tunnels, and you go look at theirs, you see what their administrative costs are. It's unbelievably low.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're a better, charity, and of course, I had 12 years Catholic education, don't ask me anything about the Catholic Church and how much property they own, and take taxes down.
yeah.
So, so there's all kinds of things, I'm just saying, I didn't think it was a very good deal for us in the last 10 years for them to be tax exempt.
Goodwill utilizes many services. from-
Fire, police, ambulance.
Yeah, right, and so is the school district,
Right,
do they pay taxes?
No.
Well, the school district, not so much, because there's not that much that goes on at the administration building.
except when the guy from regardless.
Except recently.
Except, yeah, but we didn't even know about it, so,
I,
and I'm
Well,
sure
yeah.
a lot of that was mutual aid, so.
Let your heart.
well, that's why I asked whether it's been done in any other
It
state.
also-
When I looked online about tax exempt in Pennsylvania for 501c's, it says they're tax exempt.
It's
They
exactly right.
need to go through with these exceptions with, as long as their salary is below this percentage of, nothing like that. So what's the probability of this being successful?
That's one reason that the school district, which has the greater stake in this, would be taking the lead. And
Yeah.
we would be sort of following along to get our seat at the table. Because it's an uphill battle. I agree that it is an uphill battle when you're dealing with a 501c3, because the IRS recognizes it. Now, if someday, because of something like excessive overhead or excessive CEO compensation, they lose that status, then there's a better chance.
Mhm.
I'm not aware of them being in danger of losing that status.
So what you're saying is it won't cost us that much to get a seat at the table, and it may be advantageous. And if it isn't, we haven't lost that much.
That's my opinion, yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the solicitor to file a motion to become a joiner of the Exeter Township School District appeal on a real estate tax exempt status granted to Goodwill Industries.
Second.
The motion and seconded to enjoy with the tax status of the Goodwill property. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, we'll move forward.
Okay, and then one other item, just as an update, I filed a letter brief in the PUC action stating our argument against the Pennsylvania American sewer rate increases. And it was a letter brief which stated our arguments against the increases as inequitable and a hardship on borough residents. And also joined with the Office of Consumer Advocates arguments against the rate increase. And that's all I have in this council. Any questions?
Hearing none, Mayor, report.
There was no police commission meeting in April.
Zoning hearing, local codes, any reporting?
One letter has gone out, another letter is going out tomorrow, and we have some zoning enforcement stuff coming up. Hopefully.
And finance, the tax collector is requesting us to somehow codify a fee of $5 per prior year tax bill for a copy.
For that would be added to the fee schedule, which we wouldn't do until next month. just wanted to get, before we go through the whole process of the resolution.
How many people asked for a copy of the bill?
Just what I was gonna ask.
More and more and more, how many phone calls so far?
Like one a day and 30 a month?
Estimate that would probably say maybe say 7 this past week.
Enough to charge the fees.
Yeah, because she's got to do the, pull it out, make a copy, throw it in
What's
the
the
mail.
start time, when they call,
Right,
Yeah.
and this is for a copy for a prior year. They had, they've misplaced their receipts. They need another copy to do their taxes.
Oh.
That's what this is for.
Oh.
Well, they could have canceled check too. that they
Well,
could use their-
they could use
Cancel
that.
check, Venmo and everything. What were you? Yeah, that's right. You don't have a smartphone. That's right. I'm sorry. Oh.
That's no way to talk
think a
to
smartphone would be smart.
That's no way to talk to revenue.
Sir.
Can we back up to zoning codes for a moment?
Yeah.
Have we taken any preliminary action on 2934?
A letter has gone out.
So we don't have to motion that now, but it'll be included perhaps in our fee schedule
Well,
next
if
week.
council is okay with it, then we will,
Put it on there and it'll get hashed out there, it'll either be accepted on or not.
well, I
Yeah.
just was trying to not do.
Get the water.
Do a resolution if it was not
Right.
favorable to
Right.
move forward.
Public safety, Dave.
Like a motion approved ongoing declaration of disaster emergency caused by the rain event, July 9th, 2023. 30-day extension. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion been moved second to approve ongoing declaration of disaster emergency caused by the rain event on July 9th, 2023. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed. Motion passes.
A little tidbit of information regarding that storm. I had talked to Derek a couple weeks ago. On Saturday, the 20th. The Antietam Valley Community Partnership is going to be cleaning up along the stream south of Harvey. Getting trash and debris, and they had contacted me to see if the borough would be willing to help them get rid of those items. And I didn't want to answer for the borough. I did call Derek and would be willing to, we have something we could put there. If they could bag the trash, maybe we could throw the trash away. It's all volunteer. I believe they're working on the west side because it's hard to navigate the east side because of the elevation. And I don't know how far south they're moving.
We can send the mayor. She does all those cleanups.
Is that a motion? Is that a motion? Is that a motion?
I'll be on Skyline.
No, they have enough volunteers, but they asked if the borough would be willing to, and I think Derek said something about.
Are they gonna, and so if we give them trash bags or a big dump truck to throw the trash bags in, then do we have to dispose of the stuff?
In talking to Derek, he mentioned about a trail. I think it's his.
That's actually parked out there.
Is that the one's in the back?
Yeah, but it's still the issue, where's the trash gonna go? Can we just put it in our dumpster then?
We can, I mean, we rarely
Fill our dumpster,
I've eyed it up and down a few times. I don't see a whole lot. Obviously trash is trash and branches are not,
Would it be easier if they had their own bags and they threw all the bags in a pile and we get them the following Monday?
I thought if something's parked there.
Just throw them on that
Put it on
thing?
the trailer, put it on the truck, you get in the truck or you pull the trailer and take a little bit of the legwork out of it. But Larry O'Boyle, who is president of ABCP, I've known Larry for a long time. He just reached out to me. I thought I could be there, but I'll be in Maryland visiting my daughter, so, but if there's something we can do. I've already promised him trash bags. I'll donate the big contracted bags. I'm gonna give him 24 bags, so.
They better be like 60 mil thick.
No, they're heavy.
Okay.
They're heavy. You can float down the street in those. But if we could park something there, truck or otherwise, I'll try to find out from Larry, where he wants that.
Council, see any issue? We'll just let the roadmaster work that out. How's that? All right, sound good? Roadmaster, yep.
My report is attached. In addition to this report, I have looked out, with Exeter to have them sweep our streets next week, which will be April 16th, 17th, 18th, Wednesday through Friday.
Do we give them X amount of money for that?
Yeah, they have or they have a fee schedule, and this was 100 less than any other outdoor office.
Oh, so they have a contractor doing it, or it's their sweeper? They have their own sweeper. Good job.
And they'll be willing to dispose of material as well. Their locations.
Even better.
They've done that before.
I don't know if Exeter swept the rest of
I don't say so.
Yeah.
I thought we camped on to somebody else who was getting it done, and the very next day, that same contractor did it or something like that.
Yeah, that program means.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they started to get price.
Yeah, the price escalated.
Now, we've been doing St. Lawrence Avenue, right? Which.
The state did it last year.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was a bit of a debacle, because they told me they were doing it one day, and I posted all the Turnpike Road, and they didn't do it that day.
Not surprising.
So. I'll spend on that. Other than that.
So everyone's worried about the LS4 grant money, which is basically gambling money, so I'm all on board taking gambling money as compared to general income tax money, so.
In that email, we talked about that shortage. Are
The,
they adjusting it?
no. No.
It's more.
What'd you drink before you came here?
We had to either,
Should have taken it out of 400,000.
Different pot of money.
yeah, totally different pot of money. We either had to modify our application to reduce what it was that we were getting, or tell them that we were making up the difference. And we told them we were making up the difference.
Because that was the expeditious thing to do.
Yes.
I will say one thing, we're gonna explore when we get there, the 7 grants so far, the numbers are coming in cheaper. So we're gonna see what happens.
The second grant.
There's
Well, there's
two
two
separate.
two steps, two things.
So
Yeah,
far,
but-
it's $1,000, if everything comes in, if we see what happens.
Get a couple cones, you know?
So.
Yeah.
These line items, the Bobcat paver,
That's its own grant.
what's et cetera? Cones?
No, there's a paper jet, there's other equipment that's attached to that,
Remote control for the paver,
and a roller. So.
yeah,
So how do we transport these items?
working on that.
Okay.
I think conceptually, what you'll probably see is at some point, we'll have this huge dump truck. That'll be salt spreader available and stuff like that, but some of that stuff's 6 weeks out, get a stainless steel bed. So we're gonna have to hustle, getting the orders in if we want to see it available by November 1st. So conceptually, maybe at some point you go grab a hot mix asphalt in the big truck. You get your paver and your Bobcat and your compactor all doing that. And that's how it all worked. And we probably put some sort of saddle tank in the smaller pickup truck that we have for diesel fuel, since those two items are diesel. The Bobcat and the paver are diesel.
Okay.
Yeah. So conceptually, that's probably how it all would work.
You should put a piggyback fuel tank on your truck chassis.
The pickup,
Yeah, that was.
no, the pickup, that,
Yeah,
Yeah,
where do you?
because we diesel.
yeah,
So in order to fuel those other things out in the
Yes.
field, yeah.
that's, you're talking about this truck out here.
Yeah, the 350, yeah, that's, and no, it would probably be like pushed back in reserve status or snow plowing or something like that,
You don't need a 100-gallon tank,
No, I wouldn't think.
you get a 60 or something, just.
Yeah, it just fits in the back of it, so. Anyway, that's conceptually what would go on.
But. Where are you buying your off-road fuel from?
Technically, we can get it from Speedway,
Hmm,
we get tax exempt out of it. All the tax get taken out. We're not looking for.
Joe's Quick
Oh,
Mart,
it's,
past gas station.
tax
Exxon.
time.
Oh, is it Exxon?
Yeah, it's Exxon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Speedway,
Used to be.
It was.
and they have off-road there?
They have regular diesel, but we have tax exempt.
Oh,
So
Right.
it takes all the taxes out, even we get gas. So all the taxes, all the federal and state taxes get taken out.
Good job on that grant. What are we going for next year? A lot of gamblers out there. Let's go take advantage of
I
them.
hope you can get some money for later next year.
How about a Mach E car for the borough manager, you know, electronic car.
No, electric car.
Segue.
Yeah, okay, committee reports, library, is there a motion to approve resolution
Make it go.
893, 2024, appointing Michael Fritz as a library liaison?
So moved.
Second.
Motion moved second to appoint Michael Fritz as library liaison. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye, all opposed. And we thank you, Reverend, for your many, many years as library liaison, probably, and Warren, probably 10 each for you guys.
We played back and forth a few times.
Municipal lands, drone flyover completed.
Did receive that information, right now I'm having trouble downloading it, it's a 10 gig file. So I'm gonna get it physically. The GIS information.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what it looks like.
We have he gave us 2 printouts, but they didn't really print out right.
No.
So here's some.
We got a pretty good deal and it almost made sense to get it done because now we can really talk about.
$2,000 or something.
Right, yeah, so now you can really, and it's
Yeah.
survey,
I think that was my-
survey accuracy or something like that. So when we want to talk later about paths or roads or anything, now we have something that you can really see, you know, so. Recreation,
Add one more thing on municipal lands.
absolutely.
And for Derek, thank him for his help. There was a site on the land that probably 30 years ago, 40 years ago, somebody was camped out there. And there were old carpets, there was plastic underneath them, aluminum.
And you only
siding.
saw them the first time?
Oh, I've seen it. But Derek and I cleaned it out.
Okay.
And there's still some debris there, but we got it, the vast majority of it, the big chunk of it taken away, but it was, we even found a little cooking stove.
Neat.
Somebody was living part-time up there.
Summer home.
Wait till we get that Bobcat, he'll be back up there to get the rest of that stuff.
I want to make sure Derek got credit. He brought his trailer up. The two of us hauled this stuff from the site back to the trail and got it out of there.
Outstanding.
Looks a lot better.
Could you drag it with the motorcycle? Could you like clamp on?
I did not ride on it. Four-wheeler.
Recreation playground season, June 10th through August 2nd.
Monday through Friday, 9 to noon and 6 to 9 in the evening.
And closed on the 4th of July.
Closed on the 4th of July, correct?
Planning commission, no report. Zoning board, no report. Any general comments? Council have anything? Old, new?
Just want to remind, Amanda knows this, I will not be at next month's meeting. I have a meeting in Harrisburg I have to be at, so I won't be here on the 9th.
I too will not be here.
Okay,
Oh.
anybody else going needs to let us know.
Next month, I'd be in.
No
No,
more,
I should be.
no more trips for me. Well, we-
One more,
Yeah.
with the grant money going back to Mount Pettit.
Yes,
This, as far as I know, there could be still for a joint municipal building to be built.
this is like divorcing your spouse and then wanting to get remarried.
Well,
And that was for cause.
if they were to come to us and say, hey, are you still interested in doing a joint municipal? The problems we had is we owned the building. So we wanted all this stuff because we
Yeah.
owned the building. We won't own the building anymore.
I understand.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if they were to give us the same offer that we offered to them, would we be willing to go into an agreement to have a joint municipal building? I think it's good, you know, for both municipalities to do
Well,
that.
We never made them a formal offer as far as
Well-
monetarily,
Well,
so we don't know what those numbers would be, and that was.
well, we did in that we said 50% of the utilities
Yeah,
and
there were unknown costs, the numbers. were
Right.
unknown, Right, yeah.
well, so I mean, that would still be the case. We don't know what until the building is built exactly what it's going to be. I think for Derek's, and we're getting new equipment. Having the joint municipal building in Avon, I think would be a good place.
I shared the conversation I had with Ross's office earlier. I left a message because I felt as though Mr. Rosen might have been misinformed. A gentleman called me back, and he said that the reason, it was done this way is because of, either email, conversation, text message, whatever it was that, we wanted ownership of the building. Okay, and my analogy to him was, if I gave you money to buy a car, it's yours, I'm giving you the money, it's your car, you're gonna put it in your name, right? Okay. Enough said. But then I went on to, like Warren said, I said, okay, so the grant, as we hold it, then, was earmarked for a multi-municipal project. I presume that when the money's given to Mount Penn, it's gonna be earmarked as a multi-municipal project.
All depends on how they wrote their application for it.
He said, Mr. Raji will recommend to them that they reach out to us.
I think we dodged it. I think we dodged it.
Think about that a little bit.
We got a dump truck and a
That's
box.
a little dirty ball, I'm sorry.
I just have enough sour taste in my mouth, but it's gonna take a while, maybe ever.
Well, I personally go back 9 months.
Yeah,
The grant gets given to Mount Penn. They get no,
I never got it.
we just
Okay.
relax.
I'm relaxed.
If it went back to Mount Penn
yeah,
and we went and they said, okay, we will own the building, we want you to join and pay half the utilities, I think we would have been very amenable to that. And having a building, a 5-bay building or whatever it is that could house both of those. So, and I think we would have, both municipalities would have benefited by doing that. It's the fact that it got transferred to us and then
Yeah.
then the problem with AVMA, if AVMA can give them a lease, and whether it's a 20-year lease or a 50-year lease or whatever, that's their issue with AVMA, not our issue anymore.
Just a quick question, Warren. They never had that grant in their hand. They were reportedly all granted out.
Right.
What Warren's saying is hypothetically, had they gotten the grant.
Yeah.
grant.
Yeah.
It was,
You said when they had the grant.
no, I said,
No.
if they had gotten the grant,
Okay.
you know, I think we should be able to, two municipalities should be able to work together. The two road crews have worked together for years. We have shared stuff. We've shared space, our salts, isn't that up there?
no, it's
Oh, Lower Altus, that's right, Lower Altus, right. But I personally think that if they came to us, we should seriously consider.
I don't think, my mindset right now is I don't think we should go asking them. If they wanna come in with an offer, we'll certainly listen, let council decide. That's how, but I don't wanna send a message to them right now and say, oh, we're waiting for you to come over with your offer. Cause
Notified we lost the grant. What was? Did we get an email from the state?
From the state.
From the
I got a
So
phone,
they didn't like contact us and say, oh, so you know, we're getting the grant.
I got a phone call from DCED who administered the grant. They weren't it went through DCED, but they weren't the givers of the grant, just the administrators.
So a lot went behind our backs in conversations to cause that to get switched, for them to take the money back and give it to them, and that's
I
fine.
think you're right, because
We
last one,
jiving really well, so if they come and say, look, we would like to do this still, and here's the offer, well, then we'll negotiate. They done.
I'll listen to what,
Right, 3 of us were not tangling well.
I think if you go back 2 months.
Yeah.
Or I should go back 1 month. At that point, you said you had not heard anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
I-
in that time period, I think that's why we did not hear anything,
Right, and I.
because they were working on.
Getting it back.
Turned around, and maybe it was because they thought were we asking for too much?
I had spoken with DCED. I remember having spoken with DCED, finding out about the grant that Mount Penn had applied for. You know, and just in discussions with DCED about, you know, can this be one municipality owning it? Different questions, different scenarios, and that's right, and then for a while I didn't hear anything.
Mhm.
It was already in motion.
Or when they have a building up and room available and they say, come tour and we'll talk
Well,
about that, maybe that's the time to talk about it. That's how I look at it.
Well, I would say you may need to talk a little sooner in that, just like with us, if we still had the grant, we were going down Lynn Avenue. If they said they were not interested in joining us, we would have built this building. If they said we are interested, we agree to your terms and conditions, we would have built this building, right? They might, before they actually design the building, need to know whether we have any interest. So we'll find out whether they approach us on this.
Well,
But I personally
Yeah.
would be in favor of having negotiations with them.
Well, I believe Derek will probably find out.
Probably, I guess.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
No, that
Not
makes
opposed to that.
sense.
Dave, what do you think?
I don't think we should approach them.
Oh, no, I'm not asking to approach them.
But what?
I was just saying, what's the sentiment on council?
Oh, well,
did
if
approach us?
they come to us, sure, I'll listen to what they have to say.
And if they came with the
Absolutely.
exact same offer we made them?
Well, yeah, I mean, that it benefits us to listen to that. Yeah, I'm not, I'm not just knee jerk saying, well, they screwed us over, so the hell with them. No, that's short sighted and, but. I don't wanna go walking up to Mount Penn hat in hand saying, hey, guys, now that you got this grant, you still wanna do this jointly?
No, I agree. What do you think, Steve?
is there gambling money available for building?
They approach it, will be, why not listen to what they have to say?
Yeah,
I
I'm, I'm willing to listen to anybody, has it.
Okay, that's all that was my feeling. If they came to us and said, we got, especially if the grant is the same grant money being sent to them for a joint municipal building.
I have a level of trust and full disclosure issues with them right now, so I have no inkling to even want to talk to them about anything, and maybe I'll change down the road. But, right now, it's just, I'm aghast at some of the behavior.
Right, I think you're right, there was something behind the scenes.
Oh,
If they don't approach us,
Well,
and now that the money has switched hands, if they don't approach us, there you go.
They could have easily said, we're looking to petition DCD to get the money back.
Oh, they petitioned Mr. Rossi. This
Mr.
was all
Rossi.
Mr. Rossi.
He came in here and wasn't exactly nice. He wasn't, he was very curt, like we kids with the money or something, and.
No, it's the buildings.
Right, yeah, so I don't know.
Know where all that comes from.
I'd rather let our equipment get rained on and rust before going in with the drawing.
I'm just spiteful.
No, I'm not trying to be spiteful, I'm just,
They would have, they.
What's that?
Who has it? No, that has the money now?
Yeah.
Well, not yet. Probably.
No, the cash, they kind of count money, make sure it's all there, and then.
Let's see if they want to build it in the borough, and come in for
What?
permit.
I got some property. Beachfront down on Lynn.
We go put a pond.
Public meetings are all held at the Borough Hall, office closed April 23rd. What's that day?
Primary election.
Election day. Come on.
I get a absentee ballot, so I don't know. And then May 27th, I guess that's another
That's
municipal
Memorial Day.
government day.
Memorial Day.
Yeah. All these
Go
holidays.
figure.
Do we need an executive session about anything? Because I can't think of anything. No. Old business, we sort of hashed over some old business. Any new business? Potential new business? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Okay, moving out.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second. Motion moved, second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, motion passed. Thank you for your time and your efforts.
So
You want to go to Earth Day?
So I never got that email. Did everybody else get an email on their? I've never getting, I emailed you from that address.
Yeah, and I emailed you, I committed, sent it to your iPhone.
But nothing was ever.
April 22nd.
I know.
You need to send them an email once a week
I work.
and say,